Someone else told me, look, you didn't see Nevuah, you pointed out saying Sefer Zechariah, it's coming true. A passage in Zechariah. Wait a minute. Dr. England is showing us other things that also, this seems to be what has been prophesied is coming true in our days. The problem is it's come true also in previous times. You could have said the Crusades were Gog and Magog and all that. We shouldn't calculate these things. Prophecies have happened. Prophecies have come true. And by the way, just like there's always potential, there's Messiah candidate. We could have the Messiah show up any day because there's someone fit to be the Messiah among us. Things like this have happened. There's been Crusades. There's been the founding of the state of Israel. None of it was the final redemption. You know why? Because it happens all the time. It's always an opportunity. The fact that this guy's showing me, see, what's happening right now fits exactly what's in the book of Zechariah. It means Mashiach's coming. Tell him, Amen. It should be that way. But it will only be the coming of the Messiah, for example, if we make it as such. All these opportunities in previous times when it could have been, like Chazal said, Chizkiyahu Melech, that could have been messianic times. They wanted to make Mashiach, but they failed. So right now, you're not telling me Mashiach's coming right now by seeing these prophecies. You're just realizing that right now we have an amazing opportunity, which we don't always get. Yeah.
It's our generation of Mashiach, and we have potential, and
Yeah.
we could come any day.
I see them like that.
If we deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then they want to say, well, God's bringing Mashiach. Once Mashiach comes, then everything will happen. So there's a contradiction there.
Mm-hmm.
Either
we saw it last week.
Either it relies on us, we have to do something to deserve it.
Yeah.
Or God's bringing it.
No. We might even deserve it. Mashiach coming means we actually step up to the plate. The Jewish people decide to find it. I'll give you the 6-day war was great. 6-day war, amazing opportunity. All the Jews had to do was thank God. Everybody should thank God and then start keeping the mitzvahs, especially rebuilding the temple. But for example, it was ruined already by higher ups, exemplified by Moshe Dayan, who basically said, no temple now.
If we had people that were rushing up there to go ahead and take advantage of the Bar-Hayim, they could have stopped that.
Yeah.
At which point we would.
And there was on the other side, there were most religious Jews who had been praying for a victory, at least not to be annihilated. They didn't know what to do. They weren't ready. Okay, go to mikvah. Let's start offering sacrifice now. Thank God the proper way. Instead, it was just everybody going crazy about the Kotel. That was when the Kotel Plaza was created. Was there a Kotel Plaza before 67? What, there was? No, before 67? The Kotel Plaza. It wasn't a plaza.
There was a
no, hold on a second. What existed was, there was a place you could daven. There was an alleyway. The Kotel was an alleyway. So I'm saying, this was creation of Kotel Plaza. It used to be the Kotel was the alleyway. There's other Kotel alleyways. We've been to the old city. There's other places in the old city now. By the way, where Rabbi Weber's minyan is happening, the shofar minyan, the Chatzotros minyan. That's more Kotel. Yeah, but the Kotel is, that's just the one part of the western wall of the Temple Mount where they let Jews pray in an alleyway once upon a time. That's why Chazal have nothing to say about the temple. That's why Rashi and Rambam and Ramban, right? They have nothing to say. Ibn Ezra, everybody else has nothing to say about the Kotel.
Because
it didn't exist. Yeah, there's nothing exist in the current. So the current Kotel Plaza as the main place of worship for Jews, something created by a system, a political and religious establishment that is not ready for the temple and refuses to get ready for the temple.
To distract us.
Yeah. By the way, so every time I say this, people get upset. I think the Kotel Plaza is a fine place. It's as synagogue as anywhere else. And it has kedushas-based knesses like anywhere else, but it's going to basically be the parking lot for the Beis Hamikdash. And by the way, just last week I davened there. I davened Vasikin there a lot. So that's where you should go. I don't like the Kabbalah Shabbos there anymore because it's too much of a social thing, I guess. Right? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't like going to because it's just too much. It's like it's too busy.
Okay. So most of the time, at this time of year, if I'm going to visit the temple, so I like to daven where it's comfortable, Vasikin. So sometimes it means davening at the Churva. Sometimes that means davening at the Kotel. Depends on situation. If there's not a lot of time. So really, right now it's cold. Like a morning like this, I'd rather daven indoors. But there's no time to daven indoors Vasikin and then run down and be there right at 7. So you have to daven at the Kotel.